The latest two updates out of Pittsburgh hit like a bomb, and that's no exaggeration. The loss to the Bengals wasn't just a slip-up, it was a full-blown red alert, and Aaron Rodgers just spoke out about a crucial mistake in Week 7 that almost no one caught. On top of that, a confusing play early in the game exposed something even more worrying, something fans are starting to realize about Mike Tomlin. And just wait until you hear about the embarrassing new record the team just set. Let's start with this unrecognizable defense, and the weight now falling squarely on the head coach. The Steelers rolled into Cincinnati expecting to take care of business under the primetime lights, but walked out of Thursday Night Football licking their wounds after a 33-31 gut punch loss to the Bengals. Joe Flacco, that Joe Flacco, looked like vintage Joe Cool, slicing up Pittsburgh's defense like it was 2012 all over again. He dropped 342 yards and 3 touchdowns on their heads, with barely a scratch on him. Just a masterclass in how to pick apart a defense that, quite frankly, looked completely out of sorts. Now offensively, Pittsburgh had its moments. Aaron Rodgers, running the show, moved the ball with rhythm for most of the night. But when it counted, when they needed that clutch, get-it-done moment, it all came crashing down thanks to a couple of brutal picks and a weird misfired play that left fans scratching their heads. Let's talk about that first quarter mess. There was this botched play that looked like a flea flicker gone sideways. Jaylen Warren took the handoff, instantly tossed it back to Rodgers, and from there, chaos. Rodgers had defenders in his grill, had to chuck it away, and the whole thing turned into a wasted down. Right after, Rodgers was clearly signaling to Warren that something went sideways. And post-game, he cleared it up. Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be a flea flicker. We just weren't on the same page. But before anyone starts throwing blame Warren's way, let's be real. Dude was a monster all game. He racked up 127 yards on the ground off 16 carries and added another 31 through the air on 4 catches. He was a spark plug and one of the few reasons the Steelers stayed in this thing. That miscue? It was weird, yeah, but it didn't swing the whole game. Pittsburgh had plenty of other chances to clean it up. The real culprit? That defense. The Steelers' D, usually a pride point, looked like they'd taken the night off. Flacco was throwing darts all game long, barely touched in the pocket, and Pittsburgh's pass rush couldn't make a dent. 2 sacks all game, and that's it. The secondary got cooked by T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. The linebackers got dragged around by Chase Brown, and they had no answer for tight end Noah Fant. It was ugly, and it felt like every time the Bengals needed a big play, they got it. And let's not sugarcoat it. This kind of loss under Mike Tomlin isn't new. The Steelers, for all their talent, keep dropping games they're supposed to win. They came in as heavy favorites and walked out stunned. Sitting at 4-2 now, they've got a shot to reset next week when Green Bay comes to town. But if Pittsburgh wants to be taken seriously in the AFC, these kinds of games can't keep happening. And if that performance wasn't bad enough, the new record the Steelers just set makes their offensive crisis impossible to ignore. Well, here we go again. Mike Tomlin and the Steelers have officially landed themselves in the wrong side of NFL history. After that rough 33-31 loss to the Bengals, it wasn't just another L in the standings. Nope, it came with a brutal new record. 56 straight games without scoring more than 7 points in the first quarter. That's not just bad, that's historically bad. We're talking 3.5 seasons of failing to get out of the gates with any sort of fire. It's like every game starts with hope, then fizzles faster than a wet firework. Pittsburgh actually came out swinging this time, punching in a touchdown on their opening drive to take a 7-0 lead. And just like that, silence. That would be it for the first quarter. Again, that one little scoring drive was just enough to extend their own streak of futility. And it's not like this popped out of nowhere. These first quarter woes have been creeping in since 2022, back when the team handed the keys to Mitch Trubisky. They managed 10 first quarter points in Week 1 that year, a number that feels like an offensive explosion compared to what we've seen lately. Since then, it's been a parade of quarterbacks. Trubisky, Kenny Pickett, Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, all taking turns in this never-ending struggle bus. It's fair to point at the QB carousel, but the issues go deeper than just who's under center. This offense hasn't felt threatening since Big Ben hung him up. Tomlin's been the rock in Pittsburgh, but his offenses? They've been anything but dangerous. Matt Canada's run as OC became a meme for a reason, and now with Arthur Smith calling the shots, it's still a weird mix of disjointed play calling and stalled drives. And here's the kicker. They brought in Aaron freaking Rodgers this year to fix it all. A future Hall of Famer, a guy who can spin it with the best of them. And yet, the first quarter curse lives on. 7 points remains the ceiling to open games. no matter who's taking the snaps or drawing up plays. The Steelers want to be explosive. They've tried going deep early to guys like DK Metcalf. They've tried running the ball down opponents' throats. They've tried being methodical. Nothing's working. It's like every week they're trying to guess a 4-digit code and just can't crack it. So now the spotlight's on Tomlin and his staff. This isn't just about bad luck or rough quarterback play anymore. It's a coaching issue, a preparation issue. You can't be this predictable for this long and still expect to hang with the league's best. The middle of the schedule isn't getting any easier, and if the Steelers want to be anything more than first-quarter passengers, something's got to give, fast. The truth is, the Steelers look lost. Tomlin can't seem to fix this team, and fans are running out of patience. If nothing changes, 2025 will be more of the same. Hit subscribe so you don't miss what's next.